Okay, so here we go again. Coach Basics Hangout number 4. This is the final hangout for this round of Coach Basics, and taking a bit of a detour from our normal path of education this evening because I'm really excited. I reached out to two stellar coaches in the world of Team Beachbody, Bob Lucido and Greg Plaskett, who both coincidentally are able to join us tonight. And then this afternoon or earlier today, I was confirming with both of them that they're good to go. And Greg came back and he says, "Oh man, I'm double booked." And he's got a big webinar that he's doing this evening with one of his teammates. So he's going to be joining us at about 9 o'clock, which is great. So the way what'll happen this evening is I'm going to just go through some quick education that I normally would have covered in this hangout, but a lot of it's going to be kind of fast because I want to save the bulk of the time for Bob and Greg. And so I'll take the next 10, maybe 15 minutes or so just to go through the stuff I wanted to hit upon. And then I'm going to turn it over to Bob and I'll give you a little more of his background and we'll go from there. All right. So first and foremost, guys, grab your pens, your pads, just, write down thoughts and aha moments and things that you may hear from not only me, but more importantly, Bob and Greg, because, this training has all been me giving you what I know to be working from my past. And now you're going to hear from two other guys that have just blown this business out of the water. And they're going to share their, call it golden nuggets or their tips for success as all of you guys move forward. So when it comes to, where we're at and what we should be doing, congratulations to a lot of the coaches who have hit Success Club. There's been, and we'll have the final numbers at the end of this month, but we have numerous coaches who have hit Success Club again this month, and some of them are brand new coaches. So we actually have I think we have 3 coaches in this round of training that are now qualifying themselves for the Success Club Starters Program, meaning they have hit Success Club in their first full month as a coach. And that's happened at least 3 occasions that I'm aware of right now. So we have 2 more days to make it happen. Congratulations to those who have scheduled the start date for their first challenge group. And I actually put up a post about a week ago saying I'm going to be tracking who responds to this post with respect to who has scheduled a challenge group or who is currently running a challenge group. And of the 35 coaches who originally started this round of Coach Basics, we had about 14 put up a start date for their challenge group. So I figured about, 1/3 or so are where they should be at this point in time. And if you haven't scheduled your first challenge group, that's okay. Maybe you're one of these people that wants to just absorb all of the training and then go for it. But I can tell you that this is a trial by fire type business. Throw yourself into the fire and go for it. And you're going to make mistakes and you're going to learn from the mistakes. And we've all been there. So it's like you're going to fall off the horse, you're going to get back on the horse. And you just got to do that multiple times before you're off and running. So if you want, you can also utilize the big team challenge group that I'll be running starting June 9th for P90X3. So the challenge pack for P90X3 is on sale through the end of Friday. And after that, it goes back to the normal price. So we have about 20 customers and coaches that are now in that group waiting for June 9th to come around. And we're going to rock P90X3 with our Shakeology. You can use that group to plug your customers in if you want. If you want to see and be part of a challenge group first, go for it. But do at least one of those things. Start your own, be part of one so that you can understand how you can build your business. Upcoming events, next Wednesday, this training will officially end on Tuesday. So Tuesday will be the last day of this round of Coach Basics. So following tonight, I'll be putting up the daily education post to just carry this thing through to the end. And then on Wednesday, June 4th, a week from today, it's the Coach Opportunity webinar. And the link for the Coach Opportunity webinar will be put up tomorrow. I meant to do it today, but it just got really crazy. So tomorrow I'll have the link up there. You can invite people who you think might be interested in learning more about the Coach Opportunity. And that will be done at both 12:15 p.m. and 8:15 p.m. of next week. So that'll be up. And it's, again, perfect timing because the next round of Coach Basics will be June 11th. So anybody who signs up as a coach following the webinar on June 4th can be plugged right away into the next round of Coach Basics starting on June 11th. Here's the tough love message that I want to give. The tough love message is this. Given the history of the Team Beachbody Network and the guys like Bob Lucido and Greg, now myself, and what I've seen from experience, 1 out of every 10 of you are really going to build your business. It's just the reality of what we're seeing in the world of Team Beachbody. 1 out of every 10 seem to have the self-discipline and perseverance to play through to really build their business gradually but surely over time. This is not a sprint. And sometimes you might see coaches that are blasting about their instant success and hitting crazy Success Club numbers in their first month. Hello, Justin Amon. But just a shout out to him. Yeah, he's sprinting, but there's nothing wrong with that. But that's not the usual thing. And so when you see that happening for somebody, don't get discouraged like, oh my God, I only have 1 Success Club point. It's my first month. That's okay. It's a marathon. And for some coaches, and Bob will talk about this, some coaches, it's like months after they get started before all of a sudden they start to see the results of their daily discipline. And so we talk about this daily discipline, what is it? It's the 3 vital behaviors. So this is the tough love. If you're sitting there going, man, I got into this Coach Basics, I'm really excited, and I really haven't gotten any Success Club points, and maybe I only have 1 customer. Well, then the finger to point at is yourself. Are you doing the 3 daily vital behaviors? Are you doing personal development for at least 10 minutes? Are you inviting at least 2 people a day to your challenge group? At least 2 people a day. That's it. And or are you being a product of the product? Are you working out using a Beachbody program? Are you drinking Shakeology? Those are the factors that if you do them consistently every single day, you are going to build your Beachbody business. Maybe not instantly, but over time, you will see that real income start to happen. Okay. 1 out of 10 will become big players. The good news in this is that the ratio is improving because of this type of training. When Bob got into this business 4.5 years ago and Greg got in, and even when I got in, this training didn't exist. It was kind of like, here's the Coach Training Academy, which was in a format that is a lot less than what it is now. But it was like, here's the Coach Training Academy, go watch it and build your business. And that was kind of it. You didn't have this formalized training to really learn the steps. And so you guys are, ahead of the pace, if you will. So we should be seeing an improvement in this 1 out of every 10. Maybe we can get it to 1 out of every 5 that will really build a substantial business. And the world is our market. This world that we live in needs so much help. I sat at the train station the other day and I was waiting for Tammy to show up. And while I sat there waiting, I watched the people that were milling around the train station. And at one point, I had 5 people within my eyesight. And I was sitting in my car waiting, and there was 5 different people that I could see within my field of view. And one of them was probably 200 pounds overweight. One of them was at least 100 pounds overweight, and the other ones were probably 60 to 80 pounds overweight. 5 out of 5 clinically obese. This is the world we live in. And so if we can't, succeed in this business, it means we're just not reaching out to enough people to say, I can help you lose weight, get fit, and improve your overall health. And it's about the people that aren't going to the gym. Yes, Shakeology is going to help people even when they're going to the gym, but get people in exercise programs that struggle to get to the gym on a regular basis, or maybe don't want to go to the gym. That's the world that you want to be going after primarily as a coach. Okay. I will be sharing with you a document, this document right here. Okay, it's called Doug Fitzgerald. I know it's backwards in the video there. Doug Fitzgerald's CEO to CEO coach training videos. This is a phenomenal document that has many professional videos. They're short videos, learning videos that have been produced by Doug Fitzgerald, one of the founding coaches. This guy he's a great educator. And so he's got this series of videos, and I put them all into this one document. So for self-development between now and next week, the end of Coach Basics, you're going to want to watch all of these videos that he's produced. So this will be part of your self-development during the final week of the training. And I'll put this document up for you. I wanted to see, let's see, is Gina? Laura, you are here. Good. Laura Wood, I'm giving a shout out to because of the website that she developed and put up on the Team Euphoria page last night. If you guys didn't get a chance to see Laura Wood's coach website, take a look at it either tonight or when you get up in the morning. Talk about inspiring. So, and this is the point I was going to make. Her timing for putting this up couldn't have been better because I was going to talk about professionalizing who you are as a Beachbody coach. What's going to make you really stand out as a coach, maybe above and beyond the average coach? Well, take a look at what Laura Wood did and learn from it. I'm looking at that website going, oh my God, I got to do something like this. Like, it's just really, really great what she put together. And I'm actually unmuting you real quick. Laura, so what inspired you to do that, and how did you get it done? Did you use a professional company, or what did you do?
Well, first I started I'm sorry, I don't have if you can hear me, I hope it's okay.
We can hear you.
I got the idea when I went through Coach Basics the first time with Greg Plaskett, because he said you really just need to come out of your comfort zone. Yeah. And before this, I was never on Facebook with, personal information, or I'm not into, you couldn't Google me. There's no way to find me. So the whole idea of doing this was outside my comfort zone.
Wow.
So there was that. So that was in January. So I started doing that in January. And the second part of it was simply, I went through, one of the other things I learned in Coach Basics was to find other people that were more like me. I mean, I don't do what you do. I don't do what Bob does. I certainly am not Greg. So one of the things that he recommended was to look at some of the top, the elite coaches. And so I was constantly kind of looking at the top 10, the top, from 2012, 2013, and looking to see what they were doing on YouTube and their websites and their blog posts. And so I just, from all of you, and this is no joke, I took a little bit from every single one of you guys. I looked at what you were doing. I watched Greg. I watched Bob. I went look at Melanie Mitro. I don't even know how to say her name. Yeah. I watched a lot of her YouTube videos, Lindsay Matway. I just kind of cherry picked the things that I liked that they were all doing, and I tried to compile it into something that made sense for me, because it's still the same stuff. It's just finding the right delivery and how can I make it mine. So that was sort of what I learned at a Coach Basics with working with Greg, because I can't really relate to how he got there. I don't own a gym like you do. I wasn't a lawyer like Bob.
I know.
So it was just picking all these different things that all of you keep saying and finding what works. And so that's how I came up with the website. I wrote it all. And I have a friend who this is what he does. And he said, I'll do this for you. So honestly, I started in January and it didn't go live until yesterday. So it took a long time.
Did your friend want other business?
I'm sure he would. I think it took about 170 hours to do that. Yeah.
Wow. It's fantastic. And for me, it's you really packaged yourself in a way that is friendly. You're smiling in your picture. It's just got this friendly feel to it. And it's all about helping people achieve their health and fitness goals. Mm-hmm. And that's all we're trying to do here. And I just take my hat off to you. I think it's fantastic. So great job.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you. I think this is all this stuff that you're providing and the energy that you have, all of this feedback. It's really inspiring and it's really helpful.
Great. Fantastic. Thanks, Laura. Awesome. Thanks a lot. Okay. So there's just so much inspiration to be found in this team. And this team was founded 4.5 years ago, when we talk about the team, we talk about, call it the umbrella organization. And I covered this in the first Hangout. Team Bearcat was founded by Bob Lucido 4.5 years ago. And since Bob began his business, what has happened is it's grown and grown and grown. And you have other leaders that have emerged under that umbrella of Team Bearcat. And some of these leaders have chosen to name their own teams. And that's how this business grows and evolves. And so hats off to Bob, because he has done things that have inspired others to want to do the same, myself included. You know, I saw what he was doing when I signed up, well, almost 2.5 years ago. And I saw he had created this team, and he had a Facebook page for his team. And I was just like, man, that's what I want to do. So I learned from Bob, and in doing so, I created Team Euphoria. And now what's happening is other teams are emerging through me, and it's the same ripple effect that can happen for all of you as we just progress into the future. And that's how we build significantly. So I credit Bob. I mean, Bob is a combined 10-star diamond. He was recognized officially as a millionaire coach between his business center and his wife's business center. But now I'm pretty confident he's trending as a millionaire coach himself in just 4.5 years. And so with that, I want to turn it over to Bob, who was really the guy that put me over the edge to sign up as a coach in the beginning. You know, the person that sponsored me, Jill Cement, she called me. She's an instructor from Connecticut, and she called me, and she shared enough with me that I got pretty excited. And she said, I'm going to have you talk to this guy, Bob Lucido. So then I got on the phone with Bob, and after being on the phone with him for a half hour, I signed up, and I learned a lot from him, and then just ran from there. So with that, I want to introduce you guys to Bob. And Bob, you know, what we would love to hear from you are the keys. Like, what are the 2 or 3 biggest golden nuggets, the takeaways that everybody listening to this presentation could go, aha, okay, that I can do? And, you know, really keeping it simple. What are those golden nuggets for you, and how did you get to where you are today? So thanks for being here, bud. All yours.
You bet. Thank you so much, Don. Really happy to be here. I appreciate the opportunity to talk and share a little bit. You know, before I jump in, just to kind of piggyback off of some of the things that you just shared, you know, one of the most exciting things about this whole adventure for me has been to watch how teams blossom. You know, you went through sort of the genealogy of the little team that I started that's now over 10,000 people strong, and then other leaders coming in and stepping up. And now I'm looking at my team and looking at my business and watching, you know, person after person who is jumping into 6-figure land. We just had another coach announce on our leadership board that she just jumped into 5-figure-a-week land. And to be able to see that happening in your organization is just a very, very exciting thing. And the number one thing to keep in mind is, although Don's 100% correct that the numbers are probably somewhere in the 1 in 10 of who will actually step up and do it, I truly believe anybody can step up and do it. And every single person on this call can be a 7-figure earner. I've watched it happen over and over and over again, and I've watched people from all different backgrounds. I've watched people come in with all different styles. You know, I loved the discussion about, you know, sharing a little bit of Greg and a little bit of Don, a little bit of Bob, and that's kind of what you do, and that's what's exciting about having a team, and what's exciting about this business model. There's no one correct way to do it. You create yourself, and you create yourself through what you like to do, what you're good at doing, and what you can see others around you having success doing, and you move with those things that you resonate with. So keeping that in mind, and please, everybody on this call, hear me. If you're listening to this call, you are now in an amazing training program. You're on a fantastic team that's going to give you all the support and all the continued hand-holding that you need all the way through to succeed. And that's one of the reasons why we've built such great success. Don's right. Luckily, we now have the Coach Basics programs, and now we're coming out with a corporate supporting us with the Emerald to Diamond program, and we're getting more and more sophisticated as an organization. But one of the things that we've done here on this team since the beginning is really focused in on two main components, and that's training and support. And as you continue to move forward and build your team, the number one best thing that you can do for yourself and for your new coaches is to stay plugged into that organization, plug your new coaches into that organization, and just ride that wave of the training and support. Because one thing's for sure, over the last 4 years, we've figured out how to do this. We know how to build success now. Not only have I made it to the seven-figure earner, but Keith Callahan just crossed the $1 million earnings level himself. Nicole Jones just announced that she's now eclipsed the 5-figure a week level. And we've got a few people behind, close behind that. So in 4 years' time, it's not just myself sitting at the top of the organization who's been able to find that kind of success. We already have a handful of 4 or 5. And by the end of the next 4 years, we'll be looking at probably 10 or 15 millionaires in this organization, and multiples of tens of people who are earning $500,000 a year or more. And, the numbers go on, and obviously you can see how it trickles down. So it's a very, very exciting time. It's a very, very exciting team to be part of, and a very exciting opportunity. So there's my background. Let me jump in to some meat, and I'm gonna really I'm gonna take a cue from what Don started the talk off with. I always like to sort of listen to what's being shared, and then try to tailor what I offer to make sure that it fits in. And Don said this is a trial by fire business. And that might be the key. When you ask me what are the keys, hear me please on this, because this is a big, big point. The people I have seen have great success jump in and do it before they have figured it all out. That's the beauty of this business. You get to leverage experts. You've got Don Murphy as your business partner. You've got Bob Lucido as your business partner. You've got Greg Plaskett. We have elite coach after elite coach, 5-star dime. We have so many amazing, successful coaches right here on our own team who are ready to get in your business and help you build it. Don't wait. Because all you have to do is get out there and start sharing. Trust me, you'll figure it out. This is an easy business, and after a few months, you'll be riding that bike going, oh my God, how come I thought this was so complicated before? Jump in and do it. Don will tell you too. I don't think Don actually knew how to sign up a coach until probably 3 or 4 months into being a coach. And that's because he did the right thing. He just got out there and started doing it, started sharing it, and sent people to me. If you talk to probably anybody who signed up in the first 3 to 6 months of Don's business, they probably were signed up by me. And that's the right way to do it. Keith Callahan will tell you the same story. When Nicole Jones, who's now, closing in on that 7-figure earner mark too, she'll tell you that she had no idea how to, set people up or build an organization, because all she was doing was referring people to Keith, who was her personal sponsor and her mentor. So I hope you're hearing something there. Jump in and do it. Figure it out while you're doing it. This is on-the-job training. And the beautiful part is that because of this business model, Don Murphy, Bob Lucido, Greg Plaskett, we all want you to succeed probably more than you do at this point, because we know how possible it is for you to succeed. And we also know what happens to the organization as we continue to build successful coaches. I mean, I am tickled pink to have 7 figures a year flowing into my bank account, but I'm even more excited when I watch 6-figure earner after 6-figure earner grow in the team, because that's stability, that's long-term success, and we all want that. So we're ready to build your business to that level before you are, before you even believe in it, because we believe in it. We know it works. We've built the businesses. We've seen them grow. So use that. If you're writing down anything, key number 2, leverage your upline. Use three-way calls. Drive your prospects to, if you have a whole local fit club, get them somewhere where they can have an experience. Get them to a fit club. Get them to a shake share. Get them on one of Don's webinars. Get them to a Super Saturday if you can. If that's coming up, the whatever business opportunity presentations that you can share with them. Utilize those aspects of support that you have, and the three-way call being the number one. Partner up with your diamond, your upline star diamond, whoever it is, and if you don't know who that is, or you don't know how to connect with that person, connect with Don right away before you get out of this group and say, who should I be contacting? Who's my first level contact for three-way calls? If that person's not available, who do I go to next? Or for us, most of the time, it's just get on the team page. Hey, I have a three-way call I need help with later this afternoon. Can you help me? And usually somebody will be there to help you do that. So that's one piece, the sort of on-the-job training. Again, the number one thing that I see is that the people who have great success, by the time they've figured out how to do it, they're already succeeding. So the other people in it, I love them to death because I love their sincerity, and I love, how much they put in of wanting to learn it. But these people who jump in, and I think I was one of them in the beginning too, it was just a personality trait coming out of practicing law for 20 years. I wanted to read everything first, right? Well, that was kind of a mistake because jumping in and trying to figure out all this stuff when there's actually somebody there ready to hold your hand and walk you through it, and that's the better option. So you want to make sure that you're grasping that. So have faith in the system. Be enthusiastic about the opportunity that you're part of, because that's going to flow through in your sharing. Again, trait number 2 of people who jump in and have great success is that they jump in and have fun with it. Jump in, become part of it. That's why in the 3 vital behaviors, one of the top 3 is being a participant yourself. Just being active in the lifestyle that we're sharing, because that's attractive. Being enthusiastic about being part of an opportunity that's opening up some financial freedom, even at the very beginning. I remember even in the very, very beginning when my business first hit the level of earning $50 a week. That was exciting to me. And I was sharing that with people because I was showing people whatever the monthly bill was that was being covered now, just because I was working out, just because I was sharing that opportunity with other people. And then as that grew, I continued to share that enthusiasm, and I continued to always make sure that I looked at it from that angle as well, so that I could find those places of sharing. There's 2 ways that you can look at that. Wow, I've got this great brand new business and I'm only making $50 a week. Or I've got this brand new great business. I'm really just kind of sharing what I'm doing for a few hours a week, and it's paying for my car every month. That's 2 very different ways of sharing the exact same income level. And that's going to do 2 things. It's going to, number 1, keep you focused in the right place, because the positive, enthusiastic energy is what is going to drive your success. It's also what's attractive. So keeping that in mind, and that's why, when we first started really driving the team, the sort of 3-word mantra that we shared was faith, enthusiasm, and action. Have faith in the system that we've set up and just follow it, even in the beginning, before you even understand it. Just hold your mentor's hand and let them guide you through the dark in the beginning. Pretty soon the lights are going to come on and it's all going to make sense to you. Be enthusiastic, have fun with it, because you're really just inviting people to share something that you're already part of, and that's what's going to be exciting to them. And be active. And that kind of goes full circle back to what I started with, and that is be active before you even know what you're doing. Because it's easy to share, it's easy to invite people to a movie, and that's all you're really doing is inviting people to an experience that you have the opportunity to share. So that brings me to another key, and I don't know what number I'm on now, but the next key that I have is a mindset key, and that is really wrapping your head around what it is that we share. You know, I can remember one of the most powerful discussions that I had with my mentor early on in the business. He said, "What is it that you're sharing with people?" And I went on and I told him how awesome, you know, P90X was and Insanity, because those were the programs at the time. And he said, "No, that's not what we share." I said, oh yeah, you're right. That's right. I'm sorry. Shakeology is what we share. We've got this amazing, life-changing nutritional. No, he said, that's not what you share. And he asked me, and I didn't know. Well, what else? Oh yeah. Great. This opportunity to have financial freedom and this business opportunity. No, that's not what you share. What we share with people is a very simple but very profound and amazing thing, and it's called life change. And we offer that through our products, whether we're helping people get healthy and fit, through our business opportunity, which helps people change their financial quality of life. But there are several levels, and you should think about this, you should contemplate it, meditate on it, get connected with it, because you'll come up with some on your own. Really think about what are all the levels within our life experience that we're offering people an opportunity to change, to improve, because there's many of them. And once you sort of grasp that it's not a bunch of products that we're sharing, although yes, we share some products, we're sharing the opportunity for people to have true life change, quality of life, all of that stuff, life experience. You know, we have a guy on the team, Brad Jordan, who's going to be on stage on the MGM. He's up for the grand prize in the Beachbody Challenge. The guy lost over 250 pounds using Shakeology and Beachbody programs. That's a life change. You know, I'm going to be blessed to be on stage this year receiving that little trophy that says that I'm officially in that seven-figure earner millionaire club. That's a life change. Every single of the 10,000 coaches who will be there, and whatever the number is out of the 100,000 across the country who are actually participating, are experiencing some level of life change. So that's what it is that we offer to people. That's what it is that we're sharing with people. And I recommend, or I suggest to you, that you just contemplate that idea, let that sink in. So the next time you're sharing one of our programs or our fit or our nutritional line or the business opportunity, you can have a deeper sense of what it is that you're sharing. And that should help you, number one, with the sharing, but it also will help the way that comes out, so that people understand what it is. And a lot of times these days, when people ask me, hey, what is that Beachbody? What do you guys do? I lead with that now. I say, we offer life change. And here's the many different levels that we offer it at. Is any of this exciting to you? Any of this interesting to you? And then follow that path right there. And then it helps me sort of sort out which one of these levels of life change that I have to offer them as a Beachbody coach is the one that's worth us talking about. So I found it to be a great way to start, and it's a great sort of big picture. So the last sort of thing that I'll leave you with, or the last thought, is that, you know, the way, the path that we bring that life change is through a peer-guided personal growth experience. So again, big picture concept. We've got all these great products. What is it that makes Beachbody different? Because let's face it, there's a lot of workouts out there that are, you know, just as good. There's a lot of nutritional products out there. I don't know that there's anything out there that really is on par with Shakeology, but there's plenty of other options out there. What's different about us is we offer a community. We offer a peer-guided experience on all those levels of life change, whether it's physical, whether it's health related, financial related, whatever it might be, all those amazing stories that you hear on coach pages of exciting things that have come into people's lives because of the coaching experience or because of the product experience, they all have to do with that peer connection. That's what makes us different. That's what makes the experience as powerful as it is. And that's what drives the life change. And the way that we do that is we help people, excuse me, through peer support and peer guidance to pick up simple disciplines. That's all we're working with people. And if we can grasp that ourselves, comes back to the 3 vital behaviors. How do we best succeed? By being an example of what it is that we're sharing. And that is having a life change experience in a peer guided group, plugging into your team through the acquisition of some new simple disciplines. And that leads me right to my favorite thing, and that's my daily disciplines. Don mentioned before. I'm not going to go through the list. You know what they are. You've been talking about them in Coach Basics. It's those simple things that build success, that are easy to do, but easy not to do. Your 2 to 5 new exposures a day, your daily follow-ups, you know, your 3 vital behaviors. You all know what they are. They're not complicated. They're not rocket science. The difference between the one person in this group, and hopefully it's more, who will actually build a 6-figure business, and the other 9 who won't, is going to be that simple little key. Did you plug into the team? Did you plug into the peer support and guidance? Did you pick up the simple disciplines, and did you execute them? And then finally, did you then share the opportunity to do that exact same thing with others? That's what this whole thing boils down to. So final thought to sort of wrap it all up. What do we do as Team Beachbody coaches? We offer the opportunity for people to lead a healthier, more empowered life. No matter where they are right now in life, we offer them an opportunity both through our products and our business opportunity to get a little healthier, to get a little bit more empowered, whether that means by having some more tools for their quiver in their fitness, some more tools in their quiver for their nutrition, or the opportunity to generate some more income. Any of those 3 things empower people to take control in their life, to have a more empowered, healthier lifestyle. That's it, folks. So that's some amazing stuff to be able to share with people. And you all now you're now business owners, and that is what it is. That's the widget that you share, that you sell as a Team Beachbody coach. So hope that makes sense. Don?
Bob, that was awesome, man. Like, I just wrote down so much of the stuff you were saying, this concept of what we offer in terms of life changes and helping people achieve these life changes through peer support groups, you know, peer guided support groups. That is the key in this. And it's almost like a stepping stone process based on what I've seen. It's a stepping stone process where the first life change that most people, on the simplest level, the first level of life change that a lot of people want is just their health and fitness. They want to get their health and fitness back. And so we offer these peer guided support groups with our challenge groups. So we're plugging them into our challenge groups just to give them life changes on a health and fitness level. And then very often what happens is their eyes are open to the reality of, gosh, you know, there's other things that I can do with my life now because I've gotten healthy, I've gotten fit. And now you're sharing with them this business opportunity where all of a sudden they get inspired by what you're doing and they say, yes, I think I want to do this too. And now you plug them into a peer guided support group with Coach Basics. So
right, exactly.
It's amazing. Like, that really makes sense. And I never really thought of it that way. So I just think you put it brilliantly, and it's a great way to look at your business and consider how to approach the different people that you're talking to. Everybody has things they'd like to change. Most of them, health and fitness is at the top of the list. But for others, there's things they'd like to change about their income, about the situation they have with work or their career. Do they love what they're doing? You know, there's so many people out there that would love to be part of something like this. It's just getting professional on how you share it. So thanks, Bob. You've been very inspiring, and I can't wait to hang out and have a couple drinks out in Vegas.
Yeah, me too, brother. I'll see you soon.
So here's how this went down. So Bob, he begins Team Bearcat, and then I guess it was roughly 2 years after that, here comes this guy who owned a landscaping business, who had gotten out of shape. He had gotten overweight, and he finally said, man, I got to do something about this. I'm going to do P90X. And he rips himself into shape. And what does he do? He starts sharing what he's doing with other people. And that leads to a guy that I've grown to know quite well. We've become good friends. And Greg Plaskett is now looked upon as another national leader out there. He's the founder of Team EternalFit. So Team Euphoria, Team EternalFit sits on the right leg of Team Bearcat, and Team Euphoria sits on the right leg of Team EternalFit. And so Greg Plaskett is also an elite coach, 7-star diamond, 6-figure income earner. So he's coming off a webinar that he just did. And bro, what we want to hear from you is, what are your biggest takeaways to knock this business out of the park? You know, what do you do on a daily basis? And how do you think about your business daily that leads to what you've accomplished this far? So let me unmute you. Go ahead, man. You're live.
First off, I got to follow Deep Thoughts with Bob Lucido.
You're the one that had to be late, dude. You were late.
You know, when I'm thinking, you know, I just rocked this call and I come on and I hear this whole nother level of this opportunity. It's just like, I'm starting to feel that big again. So, you know, always great listening to you, Bob, even though I came in late, but it was, you know, that's why you're where you're at. But thanks for the intro, Don, you know, and thanks for having me on here. Some of these faces I recognize. I see Angela, Deb. Yeah, you know, what was the question again?
We want to know how you're doing what you're doing. So on a daily basis, you know, what are the important things that people should be doing daily, day in and day out, and how should they be approaching and thinking about their business to get to where, you know, you're at?
Well, one thing I tell everybody, and, you know, Bob can second this, is consistency. And he just talked about staying, you know, doing this every day, you know, your 3 contacts a day. But even making posts and even having a positive attitude, and you need to truly believe what this business can do. And I think that every single day I wake up, I just like, okay, this business has the ultimate power attached to it. What do I need to do? I need to reach out to people. I need to help my people, and I need to have fun doing it. There's been a couple times in this business, and Bob can attest to this, I've been frustrated. I've been, you know, it's been not fun, but I quickly, okay, I get to stay home and do this, you know, and let's face it, it's a business. So you're going to have ups and downs, right? You're gonna, but it's 99% up. You know, and that's the truth. You're going to have, you know, oh, this person quit. Well, okay, I'm going to go find somebody else, you know, and that's what's great. You just keep going. You're going to build a business. You know, when I came on board, my coach, Charles, signed me up, and a half hour after he signed me, after a 3-way call with Bob, actually, he said, I'm so glad you signed up. This is the best MLM out there. You know what my response was? What's MLM? I didn't even know what MLM was. And he was probably like, oh, God, this guy isn't going to do crap. But, you know, ignorance on fire. You don't need to know everything to do this business. I was making $200 a week. I didn't even understand cycle bonuses yet. I had no clue.
Do you now?
I still don't. No. You know, and I remember I was invited out to Keith Callahan's office. I drove 2.5 hours at night in the pouring rain for an 1.5-hour meeting. 2.5 hours one way. I was sitting there, and Nicole Jones was sitting next to me, and she was trying to explain cycle bonuses. She was a coach a year ahead of me. She still didn't even quite get it. The training that you guys have now is ridiculous. Plug into it. These coach basics, I've been running them nonstop since September. They're working. That's why you're seeing all the success on this team, is because we have a lot of leaders running these groups, and we're getting success out of it. You guys are growing quicker than we did. I have a 2-star diamond who's making 3 times more money than I was when I was 2-star. It's ridiculous. Every single day, do what you need to do, clear your head, say, okay, what's going to build my business the most, the quickest? Follow-ups, invites, and some kind of a to-do list. So let's strike that, reverse it. A to-do list, follow-ups, and invites. A to-do list is going to structure your day so you're not running around like a crazy person. Follow-ups and invites are what's going to make you the most money the fastest. If you're not following up and not inviting people, then you have no stream of people to connect with. You don't have anything. You don't have a business. You have to keep inviting people. And then once I've done that, then I go to my team page. If you have a team page, you want to check in. If you're running a team page, you want to, look for things to help people. If you're a part of a team page, look for things to help you. Okay, what's going on? All right, what did this person post? Oh, that's something good. I can use that. You always want to look at your team pages. So much can be taken for your business just through your team page. I'm part of Don's. I see the stuff that he posts. A lot of that is very helpful. Even the coaches that are in there, that stuff is valuable. And, you guys are all going to, get knocked down a little bit because of what we're doing. But that's when you go back to the team page and be like, oh, here's my happy place. These are the people that are going to lift you up, right? This is going to, we're your rock, and, life gets in the way. Sometimes, things happen, but you always have a huge family, which is this family. God, I'm going to get all like teary-eyed. Which is this family, which is Beachbody. It's changed my life. It's changing a lot of people's lives. It's an unbelievable opportunity that there's nothing out there that even comes close to this. Yeah. Not only are we helping people change lives, but we are each other's rock for when things get tough. We always have our happy place, which is our team pages. I just, bring up a picture of Don and he makes me happy. So.
Crazy. Listen, I got to ask you a question. I think it's going to help everybody. This past winter, Greg and I went skiing, and we went skiing a couple of times. I usually beat him down the mountain, just a side note there. But the question that I think would be helpful is, you guys have seen and gone through some of the education on forming, this concept of, making new friends and acquaintances and just getting into day-to-day discussions with people that can very often lead to this subject of helping people with their health and fitness. So it's kind of like, well, how do you initiate dialogue with the people that you run into on a day-to-day basis, no matter where you are? And I consider myself to be an outgoing person, but I'm a bit of an introvert when it comes to being with strangers. I don't like small talk. It's just not me. And Greg is kind of the opposite. And I discovered that when we were going up on the chairlift. It was a triple chairlift. It was me, Greg, and this other guy on the chair. So we're going up, and I like my quiet time. I just finished my ski run. I'm on the chair, and I'm like, all right, let's just chill out, and enjoy the scenery, have some small conversation between us. He starts chiming in with the other guy on the chair, just out of the blue. And so, Greg, and you do this. I've seen you do it in the bar afterwards when we're having a beer. It's like he just gets into conversations with people and just puts it out there. And he does it in such a way that it's not trying to be pushy or salesy, but in a way that it's like, hey man, give me your contact information. I'll send you some information. Love to share more. And the people are like, yeah, that sounds really cool. So just go ahead, Greg, share, what is it that you say to people and ask of them, total complete strangers that you just happen to be next to, or you're in a situation where maybe striking a conversation is not going to be so awkward. What is it? How do you do it?
I always look for something in common. Like that one on the chairlift was easy. We were skiing, right?
Okay. Yep.
So, and then, there was 2 of them actually. There was the kid that was the college guy there, and then there was the older guy. And I would have had their contact, both of them, if it wasn't in the middle of a freaking snowstorm.
I know that. Yeah. The weather jinxed us. But so you were on that path. So what? Yeah. So what did you say? There was something that led to a commonality for you to say, boom. What did you say?
Oh man, you really put me on the spot. I got to.
Yeah, I am.
if I can remember right, it was, I always ask, so, it's a Friday. What are you doing here on a Friday? What do you do for work?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So, and then it got to the point where, well, I work from home and, it just goes, I mean, that's so easy.
I know, but you started saying things like, what else do you do besides skiing?
Yeah. I wanted to know more about that person. I wanted to know what he was. This was the snowboarder, and he was at college, and I was asking him, I don't remember what he did for a job.
He was an athlete, and so you're like, oh, this guy's an athlete. So then it became, wow, what do you do?
I asked, what do you do for training? I said,
yes.
What do you do? Yeah, so what do you do for your sport? I remember now. So what do you do for your sport? What do you do for training? And I honestly don't really remember what he said, but he has heard of P90X and stuff like that, and he was so focused on school or something that he was just I don't honestly I don't remember.
You're really blowing this, Greg. You know that? You're really blowing it. But
we've talked to so many people since then.
I know. The point I want to make here is that he's somebody that just talks to people. And he just strikes up conversation in a way that he's just asking about their family. What do they do for work? What do they do for recreation? It's this whole forming concept, which is how you will continually build your funnel of potential people to help.
Yeah. Well, another quick story is that first day we went to the Hermitage, love that place. You had that hat on, right? You had that hat on.
Yeah.
And then the next day when I went back there, you were back at the condo with Tammy. And then remember I came out and I said, I have a lawyer that I'm sending Shakeology to?
Yes.
So I wore my P90X3 hat to the lodge the next day. He was back at the condo with his wife and kid. And then somebody saw the hat and she's like, oh my God, I've done P90X. She was a lawyer from New Jersey. She owns her own firm. So I said, oh my God, that's fantastic. I said, well, obviously you look great. And, flattery gets you everywhere. So she says, oh, you're too kind. And I said, did you know P90X3, it's only half the time and you can get in just as good shape. And she got so excited and she's like, oh, and I said, have you heard of Shakeology? And she said, I have, but I've never had it. I said, great, I'll send you some samples. I said, but I need your contact information to do that. I said, I don't need your cell phone number. I said, just give me your email address.
Yeah.
So right then, okay, she didn't give out her cell phone. People tend to give out their emails instead of a cell phone, right? So I got her email address. I sent her down. She's a lawyer. I sent her down like 5 samples. Let her try it for a week. She's on Shakeology.
See that? It's just wearing and sharing. It's all you're doing.
Yeah.
So anything else you want to add, man? Like, just the biggest takeaway, your inspiration speaks volume.
Yeah. The biggest takeaway that I can tell you guys is, just believe in this system and, have a why, whether it's, whether you want to make a car payment or you want to bring your spouse home or you want to, buy a car, whatever it is, stay attached to that. And that's going to be your driving force in this business. And as soon as your business starts to just see a little bit of growth, that's going to be another driving force because now you're going to see numbers actually coming in. And the more texts you get from people that are, so satisfied or so happy because you help them and they're texting you that they're losing weight. My recent guy lost 73 pounds. Yeah, Joe Locasio, he was a sergeant and he's now an Emerald coach. He's not ripped, but he's lost 73 pounds and he's been inviting people to take this journey along with him as he loses another 30.
Yeah.
So just literally marry this company. Just be one with it and just go with it. You have nothing to lose.
Yeah.
You're sitting in the best situation, the best time. Just run with it.
The title
don't let anything hold you back.
Yeah. The title of your call this evening was right on the money, and I actually started using it. It's the ultimate business opportunity. This is the ultimate business opportunity in health and fitness. And I've said it before, given my experience in the health and fitness industry, being in health clubs for years, teaching classes, being a Les Mills trainer, I love it. I love all of it because it's helping people in the world of health and fitness. But if we can do that and also financially achieve our dreams, for ourselves, our families, maybe even leave a legacy, This is the only opportunity out there in the world of health and fitness that will allow that, that will enable that. It literally can deliver financial freedom, time freedom to come and go as you please, you know, but still do the things that you love. Teach your classes if you're in the fitness industry, run a gym, be a manager, be an instructor, whatever it may be. It's just this business opportunity in the world of health and fitness is second to none. You're just helping people. As long as you have that mindset, you're just helping people, then the business opportunity can be shared as well. And that's all it's about. So I don't have anything else really. You know, you guys, Greg, Bob, have been fantastic. Does anybody have any questions they want to throw out? You know, don't be shy. Like, is there anything, raise your hand if there's something you want to throw out there to Greg and or Bob. Go for it. You know, is there something else you were hoping to get from them? Come on.
Laura. Hi, Laura. I said Laura's on.
I know. I just gave her the big shout out from her new website. It's phenomenal. So,
yeah,
okay.
I checked it out this morning.
Laura, you're unmuted.
The only question I have, and I always have a question, Coach Basics has been awesome. I probably need to jump back into an Emerald to Diamond, but I'm wondering if there's anything that would help coaches recruit more about talking about the coach opportunity as like a Coach Basics, but to about the opportunity,
yeah.
or even just a more condensed version that's focused just on talking about the business.
I can tell you what I did to learn it. When I signed up, Keith Callahan used to do the business opportunities for Team Bearcat, and I used to watch that thing over and over again till I understood it and learned it. And just, I didn't learn everything, but I learned, you know, some good talking points about it. And that's all that it takes. You don't need to know, Laura, every single thing about this business, present this business opportunity. You need to know enough to get them interested, and then send them the damn recording of a business opportunity. That's all you need to do. Be the commercial, don't be the movie.
Okay.
Use those tools. You know, I like the whole, I don't think if you ever saw Keith, but he used to compare it to McDonald's of all things, right? He used to say Beachbody is going to be the McDonald's of the United States. We are going to be as well known as McDonald's. And he would go into this whole thing about how when you want to start up a franchise for McDonald's, it literally costs you $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
Then you run through this whole McDonald's University where they train you and then they release you and then you're able to run your franchise. This is the same thing where now we have a system, you're going to be trained and you're going to be, you know, put into, you know, a training, which weren't Coach Basics at the time. They were, you know, whoever brought them in had their own, but then you're going to be released into a system that is going to train you to run your own business. But the difference is this is $16 a month, not $1 million buy-in, you know. He did this whole thing on that. And I learned that and understood it and just kind of did it jokingly. Like, yeah, we're going to blow up like McDonald's, you know. I would never do that now because everything's changed. I know a different way that I do it, but watch my webinar, watch Don's, you know, just learn the business talk, you know, $125 million a year. That's key to know. That's advertising for your business. Angela, your business, Deb, your business, and even Don, his business. So $125 million a year. We have 240 weekly hours of infomercials. Insanity's been the #1 infomercial for the last 4 years. We've had 3 infomercials in the top 10. These are just things you should just know. Just you write them down and then have those your 4 or 5 talking points. Yeah. That's it.
It is.
If I said you, go ahead, Don.
I was going to say, it is about, like what I would suggest, Laura, like Greg said, the first time I did the business opportunity webinar, like if I go back and look at that recording, I'm like, oh my God, I really blew that. You know, it's evolved so much based on feedback, based on what is the ratio of signups that follow the presentation. So, you know, we have those recordings for you to access whenever you want. There was one that I gave last month at Super Sunday in Connecticut that I thought came off quite well. It was a half hour in length, and it just nailed the points that make people understand this is not about product distributorship. You know, it's what Bob talked about. It's about peer support in a system that you're going to receive training. You know, it's about peer support to achieve health and fitness goals. but in owning your own business where you're going to be plugged into training. And that's where I think a lot of coaches miss. We get excited about being a coach, but it becomes more about, oh, I got to run around and sell Shakeology. And it's like, well, no, Shakeology is a tool that's used in this whole equation, but we're really about helping people with their health and fitness goals. But rather than you sign up for this business opportunity and just have to read a manual or look at something online, we're going to plug you into training with leaders in the business. We're going to hold your hand. And if you don't like it after 30 days, well, heck, we can even refund your sign-up fee of $39.95. It's just simple stuff like that. I also, I'm not the kind of person that will just start posting. I believe in posting income numbers once in a while for inspirational purposes, but I think too much of it can be like, hey, look what I'm making. I do believe that document, though, we have a document under Coach Basics and under files of real coach income and testimonials. And those are all from coaches that are part of Team Bearcat, Team EternalFit, or Team Euphoria. Sharing those income numbers and the testimonials of the coaches is very powerful, because it just goes to show this is not about one or two people at the top of some big pyramid making a lot of money. This is about an equal playing field. Where you come into a business, binary network marketing, it's an equal playing field. You have the opportunity to make as much as the person, if not more than the person that brought you into the business. And that's what that document shows. There's just income that's spread all throughout the organization. And that's quite effective for people going, wow, look at all these people making this money. It's because they plugged into the training and they followed what we teach in the training. That, to me, is some of the stuff that will resonate.
My coach is a Ruby. He's never been a diamond.
The one that signed you up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's sitting on like 2,500 coaches as a Ruby.
Yeah. And that's what happens. Yeah.
Yeah. Can out-earn anybody. Don's like 40 levels below me. I know for a fact he probably made more money than me last week.
I don't know.
It's true though. I mean, it is
crazy.
It's only a matter of time.
Yes.
That's what's great about this though, guys. It's great. Then what's really cool, just getting into the comp plan a little bit. Say I signed up Don and he made $4,000. I'm going to get 400 of that off my matching bonus being as a diamond. So it's like, cycle away, Don, because I'm just going to get more money too.
Yeah, the comp plan is quite tremendous when you start getting into some of those higher levels. It's all of a sudden like you're getting, bonuses that I wasn't even aware of. It was like, how did I earn that? And you're going back and looking after the fact that how money got earned. So this company is phenomenal at giving back to the people that are helping people get healthy and fit. That's what they do. So is there anything else, guys? Has the information been helpful? I mean, are you charged? Yeah, I hope so. And there's still a week to go in the training. There's still some good follow-up posting that I'm going to have for the next 7 days. And then into the opportunity webinar we go. If there's no other questions, what I'd love it if you felt that this hangout was a good one, you were inspired, you were engaged by the things that Bob and Greg shared, just throw a post up on the page saying you got to watch this. That's what we're trying to do, is just get the people that aren't plugging in enough. And there's a lot of coaches that started out in the training and now they faded away. This happens every time. So hats off to you guys. You're here, and it means you're really taking this business seriously. And we're going to help you. We're going to help you blow it up. So many of you already are. It's like I see the volume numbers. I'm like, holy cow, this is happening for a lot of you. You are starting out way beyond where Greg and I started out.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I'm going, man, I wish I had this training when I started.
I have one little quick last story that I'd like to tell you guys that I just told on the call that I did. This happened at 6:30 tonight. I had one of my coaches call me, and she was almost in near tears, and tears of joy. She says, Greg, I just had to call you. She's like, this is just unbelievable. My weekly check right now in cycles is at $2,400 this week. And she's like, I've never seen this kind of money, and I just can't believe that this is actually happening. And I said, you know what? You put in your time. It's almost 3 years since you've been in this business. You put in the time. And she says, people that make this kind of money carry a lot of stress, and I'm having fun.
Yeah.
I feel guilty about taking this money. I said, whoa. Don't feel guilty because you chose to do this. Everybody has this opportunity. You took it and ran with it.
Yeah.
Don't feel guilty about that. Feel proud. Feel excited because in the next 6 months, it's going to double. Be excited. Don't feel guilty about taking this. Everybody has this opportunity. Some stick with it and some don't. 3% of the people will do this business. That's a fact. That's Eric Worre. That's network marketing. 3% of the people will
We
do
said
this.
1 out of 10 is what we're finding right now. 1 out of 10. Yeah.
You know, but that's all you need.
Yeah.
That's what's crazy.
Yeah.
So.
Awesome. You guys good?
Stick with it, guys.
All right, guys. Fantastic. I'm inspired. I'm fired up. And if you can get to Summit, I know it's last minute, but God, you got to get out to Summit. I'm telling you. And I know for some of you, you can't this year, and that's understood, but put it on your calendar for next year right now. Don't even wait to mark it down.
They moved it later in the year to July, and it's going to be somewhere out of Vegas. I think East Coast somewhere. I don't know where, but it's going to be in July. I posted the dates on my team page. I think it's 15th or something like that, July 15th, something like that.
Okay, so mark it down.
If you plan on going, buy the tickets right after this summit. That's when they're the cheapest.
Yeah, super cheap. Package price.
Crazy package deals together.
Yeah. All right, guys. Have a great night. I'll see you guys soon. Keep up the great work.
All right.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.